Good morning and happy Monday. We are heading into our second week of math review, and this week we are going to be reviewing fractions. Earlier in the year, we discussed fractions. We talked about 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. And that's mostly what you're going to be practicing. I think there is a section that you'll be looking at 1/5 as well. One thing I did want to review is how to find the skills that I am assigning. So if you look at your to-do list that I send out each evening, you will see next to IXL, I list a letter and then a number. So like this past week when we were doing time, we were working in the letter U. And then it would say like U1, 2, U3, 4. So those are the skills I wanted you to practice that day. Most of us figured that out, but a few of us kind of had a hard time. So I'm going to walk through that again. First of all, after you log in, you should see this screen right here. So if I have assigned something in math, then you need to check this area right here and make sure that it is showing math. If I have assigned something in reading, then this area right here, you need to hit this little arrow for the drop down and go to language arts. You also need to make sure you are in first grade because the skills are not going to be first grade level if you're in preschool or kindergarten or second grade. And also the letters are not going to match up. So if I assign letter U, 1 and 2, and you're in the wrong grade level, you're not going to be practicing the correct math skill because the letters don't match up. So last week, you would have been looking right here for the letter U. If you scroll down on your screen, you're going to go way into the alphabet. And then if there are more skills to practice than there are letters, then it's going to start duplicating the letters. And it'll be A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F. So you just have to keep going if I assign a double letter. So this coming week, starting today, we are going to be practicing fractions. So this week we're going to be working in the letter X, and that is until you get to Friday. And when you get to Friday, you're actually going to change the grade level to second grade, and I have assigned a letter and number to practice fractions on a skill set that's second grade. It's not going to be super hard. It's just a little bit different pictures than what we have on our first grade. Still matches our standards that we're working on though. So this week, letter X, fractions, and I believe Monday you are going to do letter X, number 2. So that's going to be this skill right here. And then you're going to skip down to 6. So you're doing 2 and 6 on Monday. So each day you just have to check that lesson plan, that to-do list to figure out what skill you need to work on. Okay, so before you get to IXL, I'm going to do a quick review of some fractions. The first being how we read the fractions. So I'm going to read these to you so we can review. So here we have 2 equal parts, and so we read this fraction as 1/2. Here we have 3 equal parts with one of them being shaded. That fraction is 1/3. This circle has 4 equal parts and one of them is shaded, so we read that as 1/4. Here we have 5 equal parts. One is shaded. We read that as 1/5. 6 equal parts with one shaded equals 1/6. 7 equal parts with one shaded equals 1/7. 8 equal parts with one shaded equals 1/8. 9 equal parts, one is shaded equals 1/9. 10 equal parts and one is shaded equals 1/10. Now let's take a look up here at 1/3. If we shaded in one more of these equal pieces, then our fraction would change to 2/3. Remember, the top number is called the numerator, and it tells us how many are shaded, or maybe if we're doing a word problem, it might tell us how many are eaten. It's whatever is being asked of you. So if the word problem said, a pie had 4 pieces, Ella ate 2. What fraction of the pie did she eat? So here we go. Here's our pie. It has 4 equal pieces. Ella ate 2 pieces. Then that would be 2/4 of the pie that she ate. Let's talk about the word equal. Equal means they are the same. Okay, so I'm going to cut each of these shapes into pieces. And now let's look at them. The triangle. Here is one piece and here is the other. This triangle has not been cut into equal pieces because the two pieces are not the same size. So whoever got this part of the triangle would be getting way more than the person who got this part of the triangle. Let's take a look at the watermelon. The watermelon is cut in equal pieces. This piece and this piece are roughly the same exact size. The earth is not cut into equal pieces, so not equal. This part of the earth does not equal this part of the earth, and that is going to be asked of you today on IXL. It's going to give you 3 shapes, and you're going to need to click on the one that has equal pieces. That means the pieces are the same size. To finish off, I'm just going to work with these fractions, and we're going to break them into different amounts of pieces and talk about the fractions. So starting here with this rectangle at the top, we could say that this is a plate. Okay, we're a plate or a tray, and we could say that Mrs. Langamo filled up 1/4 of the tray with grapes. So here is the tray. I have cut it into 4 equal pieces, and then I'm going to fill just one of those pieces with some green grapes. So the fraction here would be 1/4. And where do I get those numbers from? 4, the bottom number, is called the denominator. That tells me how many equal pieces my shape has been cut into. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So the denominator, the bottom number, is a 4. 1 comes from the grapes, or what I covered up. So 1/4, one of the 4 pieces was covered with grapes. Let's take a look at the circle. Let's say this is a pizza, and I am going to share this pizza. Ooh, lots of friends. So I'm going to share this pizza with 8 friends. So I have cut it into 8 equal pieces. So I'm going to draw my fraction bar and then my 8 underneath, because I know I'm working with eighths because I have 8 equal pieces. And I am going to say my friend Grafton came over and he ate 3 pieces of that pizza. So poor other friends. Somebody's not going to get pizza. So I would say that my friend Grafton ate 3/8 of the pizza. He ate 3 pieces, and there were 8 total pieces. That's where we get these numbers from over here. He ate 3 pieces, and 3 are shaded in. We had a total of 8 pieces. Let's take a look at this rectangle. I want you to think in your head, or you can say it out loud, how many equal pieces did Mrs. Langamo just cut that rectangle into? And if you said 3, you would be correct. So we are dealing with thirds. And we're going to say that 1/3 of this chocolate bar was eaten. And that fraction would look like this. 1 of the pieces is shaded. 1 would go here. There were 3 equal pieces, and I will say I didn't do a great job of making that equal. 3 equal pieces, so that's how I get the denominator, the bottom number. Lastly, this triangle, I'm going to color in the whole thing, because that is another fraction word that we talk about, and that is whole. That means the entire shape, the entire pizza, everything is filled in. So either the entire pizza was eaten, so that would be the whole pizza, the entire chocolate bar, so that's the whole chocolate bar, was eaten. So that's another fraction word that we talk about as well, which is whole. If you're having trouble on your IXL skills, make sure you're reading those little hints that they're giving you. They're trying to help you as you're having trouble. If you don't get the correct answer, it's going to give you a little hint or a little lesson kind of at the bottom there. So make sure you're reading those and paying attention to what they're telling you. And if you're still not understanding, remember, I am here. You can always call me on a video call and we can talk through some of them together.